Hey everybody, it's about a minute before 7, but I did want to get started so that if we have any technical snafus, we can get rid of them. My wife just told me that I need to smile because I get a unibrow when I squint, so I'm going to try not to squint. I'm going to try not to be too serious because this is to me, it's a kind of a fun topic because this is something that everybody does at different times of their career. So we're going to talk about the 10 top reasons to quit anything. Hey Ashley and Kelly, glad y'all got on here. I've got about 30-40 seconds left, so we'll get started here right at 7 o'clock because I do like to be prompt. And see, I'm already squinting again. I got that dadgum unibrow up there. So, gotta see me. Okay. Well, I'm showing just about 7 o'clock. I know I'm actually looking at an analog watch, so it's a little bit hard for me to tell anymore. I'm kind of getting like the kids. I can't tell time unless it's digital. Kelly, as you well know, your mom hated digital, so I don't know where all that came from, but anyway. One thing that I've learned in my lifetime is that it is too dadgum easy to quit, whatever it is. Quit a job, to quit a marriage, to quit a relationship, to quit anything. The only thing I know for sure that it's hard to quit is smoking, and that's a whole nother video, so we're not even going to go there. But it is so easy to give up on things that are important to us at some point. You know, we get started in something and we get all excited about it, and then just all of a sudden things get a little wonky and we decided that we don't want to do this anymore, and we just bail out of it. If you remember years back, some of you, I know most of you that are watching are old enough to know that Paul Simon gave us 50 ways to leave our lovers. I'm not going to tell you how many of those that I've used, but anyway. And then Merle and Willie came along and they did reasons to quit. And they were talking about smoking and drinking and all that kind of thing. But the subject is the same regardless of what we're doing. So my top 10 reasons to quit anything. I think the number one reason that most people quit anything is time. Now, I'm talking about extracurricular activities like maybe coaching your kids' softball team or starting a side gig or whatever. It does take time to do that, and a lot of times we get caught up in the minutia of our lives, and we let that take control of us, when in fact it's the minutia that we should be getting rid of, not the side gig or not the coaching our kids' ball team or whatever. So time is almost irrelevant in a lot of sense. We each have 1,440 seconds, I believe, or 1,440 minutes in a day, and I did not do the math, so I'm doing that from memory. And every day, it's just like you have a bank account that gets $1,440 every morning at midnight. You get $1,440 in your bank, and you have that at your disposal to use. But at the end of that day, at 11:59.59, it goes away. But at 12 o'clock, we get 1,400 more. So every day we have the same amount of minutes to use. Everybody, it's an equal opportunity thing. We all have 1,440 minutes to use. I guarantee you, if you take the time to go back through your daily activities, there is so much time available to do extra things that it's almost going to be mind-blowing. And here's a point that Brenda drives home to me and others at different times of our lives, is you've got time to do what's important to you. And that's true. Whatever is your priority, that's where your time goes. And as you know, I'm a network marketer by profession. We are constantly told, I don't have the time to do this. I don't have time. I work 8 hours a day. I've got babies at home. I got bathe. I got my club meetings, or I got to go play my evening round of golf or whatever it is. There's always something that gets in the way. But you always make time for the things that are important to you. Now, I'm not knocking into that, because if that's important to you, great, do it. Devote your time to it. But if you're trying to improve your life, or if you're trying to move forward, or you're trying to dedicate some time to helping kids in your community, then you've got to carve out some time to do that. And the thing that I think we all need to know when it comes to time is just be honest. We've all got the same amount of time. Don't start something that you are eventually going to use that excuse of, I don't have the time, because the time's there. Second thing, money. Either too little or too late. Never, hardly any time have I ever heard anybody say, I got too much money, so I'm not going to do this. But that's true with anything. That's a common excuse. Too little money, I don't have the money. But yet, you'll see the same person that gives that excuse with a $900 iPhone, and they go get their eyebrows waxed, or they go play golf with a $1,000 set of clubs, and they'll pay $50 to go play golf. So there's always something that's going to come up when you're talking about money. The third thing, and this is probably more common than people want to admit. Hey Dale, glad you came on. The third thing is fear. And fear is huge. Fear is devastating. There's fear of rejection. There's fear of being embarrassed. There's fear of making yourself look like a fool, or there's the fear of people making fun of you. There's a fear for everything. They're not necessarily like a phobia. It's not the same as being afraid of spiders, or not being able to go out of your house, or any of those psychological phobias. I'm talking about the fears that we can control. And one of the things that I learned early in my lifetime, and I have to admit to you that I have not practiced it all my life. And it's I learned from Dale Carnegie training. He said, do the thing you fear, and fear will die. It's kind of like you strangle it. And I think that's true. One of the things that just scares the crap out of me is to ride a roller coaster. But my goal, I have ridden a roller coaster, but I don't like it because it just scares the bejesus out of me. But my goal this year is to go ride a roller coaster without any fear. So when and if I do that, I'll report back to you and let you know how that goes. Fear of failure is huge. Nobody wants to fail, and I realize that I've got a little bit of a sun shadow here, so let's try and move around there. Man, I'm getting good at this. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment. None of us want to make a fool of ourselves. So that comes into play. And I think I may have, I'm getting a message here saying that we're connected again, I think. If we are connected, would somebody just give me a thumbs up and let me know that I'm still not just talking to my iPhone here. Another reason people quit anything is they get criticized by the people close to them, either a family member, could be a spouse, could be girlfriend, boyfriend, best friend, no friend, the guy at the coffee shop, the guy at the donut shop or whatever that talks you out of doing something. So that is a huge fear. Number 5 reason for quitting anything is lack of vision. When you just can't see far enough down the road to know what's coming. So the lack of vision is very important. And that's one thing that is critical in anything that you try and do, anything that you want to spend the time to. My buddy Kelly there is a guitar player and a dadgum good one. I guarantee you that when he first started the guitar, he had a vision of learning to play that guitar. I've got 2 guitars hanging up in my bedroom in there that I say that I would love to learn to play, but I can't see the vision. I pick that guitar up and I start plunking around on it, and I just can't see it. I don't have that committed vision of seeing yourself doing whatever it is that you're setting out to do. So, fear of vision. That's number 5. Number 6, the 6th reason for quitting anything is you don't feel appreciated. And this kind of goes back to maybe some of those insecurities and fears. When you feel like nobody appreciates the job that you're doing, that you quit. I had a job not long out of high school as a travel agent in Pensacola, Florida. I went down there. The name of the company I'm not going to tell you because I know they're still in business and I'm not going to slander their name. But the lady that I worked for was just a taskmaster. She was so critical of everything that people did if it was not on the letter. And she made a comment to me one time when I made a mistake on a ticket. She said, "That's what I would expect from somebody from Arkansas." Now, being a little bit hard-headed and known to not pass up a confrontation, I just got up and I picked up my stuff and I said, "This is what a person from Arkansas does." And I walked out the door. But the reason was I didn't feel like she appreciated the things that I did. She didn't appreciate the things that I did. So I felt justified in quitting that one. Number 7. The number 7 reason for quitting anything is not feeling worthy of whatever it is you're trying to do. A lot of times, especially in sales, and I've been in sales pretty much my entire career in one phase or the other. And one of the things that gets salespeople is that feeling that you're not as good as the person you're going to see. One of the things I used to have just a big hard time with was talking to people that were wealthier than me. And most of the time of my life, everybody's been wealthier than me, so that made a huge situation for me to deal with. But we all have to figure out at some point that we are worthy for everything that is available to us and can be ours. All of us are worthy. We were born worthy. We deserve it. If you work hard enough for it, you need to get it. So feeling worthy is the number 7 reason. Feeling unworthy, is the number 7 reason for quitting anything. Number 8 is you just don't like the people you work for. And a lot of times for me, that's probably come because of the fact that I either didn't feel like I could do the job or whatever insecurity I was having at the time, it was always easy to say, I just don't like those people. You know, especially when you've quit a job or quit anything and you run up on somebody you know and they say, hey, what you doing these days? And you say, I'm not doing anything right now. Well, I thought you worked for XYZ company down there as a salesman. Yeah, I did. I just didn't like those people. So that's an easy way to say I couldn't cut it. So don't let that be an excuse for you. Number 9, it's just too hard. I don't know that I've ever had a job that I felt like it was just too hard. Now, I'm not saying I haven't used that excuse, but pretty much everything that I've done in my lifetime, I have learned how to do it. Even if I got the job not knowing how to do it, I learned how to do it. Back in the mid 70s, I worked as a carpenter. I didn't know how to drive a nail or cut a board or anything like that, but I knew I could learn how to do it, and all I needed was somebody that would teach me how to do it. Now, I'm still not a carpenter, but I can build a pretty mean deck. If you can turn around over this way, you can catch a glimpse of that one there. Designed it, built it with the help of friends and relatives. But anyway, it's standing up. We had about 60 people on it one time, and it didn't fall down, so I must have done a pretty good job. So, as my brother used to say, I know just enough to be dangerous. But I can hammer a nail, and I can cut a board, and I can design stuff. So there's never been anything that's been too hard for me, but I have used that excuse. The number 10 reason, the 10th, I can't talk tonight, the 10th reason for quitting anything is lack of training. And that is one of the worst things that you can feel, is that the people that you work for are not giving you the training that you need. And that happens sometimes. But the thing that I have learned in my lifetime is that if you don't have the training, if the people you're working for aren't giving you the training, go find the training, because there's somebody out there that's done what you're doing and can help you along the way. Now, those are the 10 reasons to quit anything. And as I've talked along, as we've gone along, I've done all 10 of those. But the thing I want you to understand is that out of those 10, I would say there's probably not one that is real most of the time. Most of the time, we give some kind of an excuse for not completing what we're doing and quitting what we're doing, simply because we're not committed to what we're doing. And I was writing one of my first blogs in this series was on commitment. And I think that is the biggest element that people miss in anything that they do, especially in sales. If you're in sales of any kind, it is probably one of the hardest jobs out there, because not only do you have the responsibility and the task put before you to sell whatever it is that you're selling, the other thing that makes it so difficult is that you have to deal with yourself. And yourself is your biggest critic. It always will be, because the things that go on in your head just get enormous at times. We blow things out of proportion. We worry about stuff that hadn't happened, and the feelings that surround that just get so huge that it causes us to start looking for an escape. And the escape is one of those 10 things that I just went through. So I want to encourage you. I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I want to encourage you to think about what it is you want to do in your lifetime, in the lifetime that you've got left. I'm 65, and I'm thinking in terms of probably sticking around to about 100. My mom died when she was 92, and I don't see any reason for me to not beat her record. So I'm planning on sticking around for a while. So that means that I have the choice of sitting up on the deck in my rocking chair and whiling away the time, or get busy and do something. Now, anybody that knows me, and most of you that are watching that are up here on the screen know me pretty well. I don't like hard work. Never have liked, and when I say hard work, I'm talking about getting down and dirty and grimy. I've had some of the nastiest jobs that you will ever imagine, that you could ever imagine. And that just, blows my mind when I stop and think about the fact that I hate work, I hate hard work, hate physical work. I hate, I would probably sit around and mold if I wanted, if I chose to. I could do that. I could sit up there on the porch and listen to the birds till the day I pass. But the things that have happened with me here lately and the things that I am working on are causing me to look at those things and to admit them. Now, before, I would never have admitted that I hate work. And I'm trying to rule those negative things out of my life, so we're not going to say hate. I extremely dislike, but I'm not afraid to do it. I can do it. I just don't like to do it. But the thing of it is that in order to be successful at anything, we have to nearly rebuild ourselves from the ground up, because the things that have stopped us from being successful in the past are exactly the things that we have to rebuild today in order to be successful. So the things that I'm working on right now are commitment. I've made a commitment to our business that we've got started. I am not going to quit. If you hear rumors of me quitting, you can attend my funeral, because that's when it's going to be. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to stay committed. I'm going to learn to do the things that I've always had trouble doing, like approaching people that I don't know, like, talking to strangers or whatever. Now, I scratch my head sometimes to figure out why in the world would I have been chosen to be a salesman time and time again, when it's those very things that just scare the crap out of me. So in order to do these things, in order to be successful, you need to just rebuild yourself. Look at the things about you and be honest. Be honest with yourself, because that's the only person you've got to be honest with. Hopefully you'll be honest with everybody, but what I'm saying is I'm the one that counts. If I can't be honest with me, being honest with anybody else doesn't matter. Be honest with yourself. Write down the things that you're afraid of doing. And if you find something like I just said, that I hate hard work, nasty, dirty work. If you find yourself saying that, figure out why you hate that. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out and get a job as a septic tank cleaner, and God knows we need those guys, but I don't want to be one. So figure out what it is that you need to improve, and then find out how to improve that. And there's so much out there. There's so much information out there on the internet to help us become the people that we need to do. So first, commit. Second, learn to do what it is that you want to do. Thirdly, go out and do it. And fourth, reap the benefits, because the benefits are grander than anything, because you not only get the benefits of success, but you get the benefits of seeing changes in your lifetime. And I could give you an entire Facebook Live speech on the changes that are happening in my own body, in my mind, and I'm excited about it. You may not be able to see that in my face, or you might be looking at the scowl or my unibrow or whatever, and you might think, gosh, he's not very happy about what he's doing. But I am. I'm very excited about what we're doing. I'm very excited because there is so much potential in business today. So commit to what you're doing, learn how to do what you're doing, go find out how to do what you're doing, and then do it. God said one time that a mentor of his told him one time, he said, Jim, you're this far from success. And he said, no, I don't get that. How do you figure I'm just this far? And he goes, it's right here, that distance. If you can change that distance right there to become positive, to become visionary, to become a dreamer again, and to, instead of saying I can't do that, say I'm going to do that. Instead of saying I can't afford to do that, say I'm going to afford to do that. Change the things that you say to yourself. Change the things that you say to people around you, and everything's going to work. I'm telling you. The 10 reasons that I gave you tonight are laying down on the ground, because that's where they need to be. It's written on a piece of paper that's going in the trash, because those 10 reasons and the 20 other ones after that and the 20 other ones after that are BS. Get over yourself. One of my favorite books is Get Over Your Damn Self. So I'm going to tell you, get over yourself, do the things that you need to do, learn the things that you need to do, and commit to never quitting. You got that? So next video live, Facebook Live, is going to be Thursday. If you haven't read the blog that I put up yesterday, I'm going to have to send some people after you, and I know some people. So go back. It's on kenandbrenda.com. Go to the menu, select blog, and you can read others that I put up there. I didn't, when I redid the website, I didn't post all of the older blogs. So if you have any interest in my archives, I've probably got 100 or more that you could read. Some of them were so random that I just didn't think that they were important anymore. Unworthiness. You see that? You heard that coming out of me. So they are valuable to somebody. So maybe to you. If you want to read those, I'll do that. Another thing I was going to drop in here was that I did, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I did a complete rebuild of my website, of our website, kenandbrenda.com. Changed up some stuff. I added a members only area, because some things we are not allowed to just put out in public about our business because of our contractual agreements with our company. So we have to be, in order to see that, you have to be invited into it. So if you I would love for you to go on our website, poke around in all the pages, sign up on the membership page. It's very easy. Just need your name and email address and $9,000. But no, I'm just joking about $9,000. But if you got $9,000, you know. But anyway, sign up on that page. All I want to know is, does it work? Is it easy for you to get around in? You know, I want to know from a user experience. If you have comments or suggestions or criticisms, you can keep those to yourself. But if you got anything positive to add, stick them in a comment and send it to me. If you do go on the membership page and register, but you don't really want to stay in there because you're afraid I'm going to try and sell you something, which I probably will, just send me another email or a private message and just say, take me off the email list, and I'll take you off that minute. It's a real easy trick that I've got in there. I don't know, the shadows on my face, I don't know if you can see them, but it's really making my face look kind of weird. So anyway, go on the website, check out the blogs. I've got another blog coming tomorrow. Generally get them out sometime in the afternoon, so I will post those on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So go read them. I try to put stuff in there that anybody can use. I'm not going to constantly try and sell you on network marketing. I figure you're grown up, so you can do that on your own if you want to. I'd love to. I get the biggest thrill out of talking to people about our business. So one of my slogans that I've come up with that I put on everything is information is free, missed opportunity is costly. So don't be afraid to ask for information. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to come out of it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully I gave you something that might have kind of jogged something in your brain to make you think a little bit. If I didn't, hang in there with me, because they'll get better. They've got to. You know, the more you do something, the better it gets. So just hang in there with me, and I'll see you Thursday night. Bye.